This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
When local growers put great food on Tennessee tables, that's living green. On the next Live Green Tennessee, we check out Abbey Fields Urban Farm in Knox County. Next, we take a ride on the Chattanooga Bike Share program. And finally, we visit the Three Rivers Market in downtown Knoxville. All this and more on the next Live Green Tennessee.
Pick Tennessee helps you find local farms and farmers markets, plus offers tips for choosing, using, and storing the fresh foods you buy. The Pick Tennessee mobile app is available now on iTunes and Google Play.
Radon gas is a naturally occurring radioactive gas found in rock and soil and can seep into your home through basements or cellars. It's odorless, invisible, and without taste, and can damage lung tissue and cause the beginning of lung cancer, making it the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States. It's important to understand how you can protect yourself, and the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation can help you learn more about this dangerous gas and make your home a safer place.
What makes our state unique? Find out on the new Tennessee Channel, a statewide initiative by your public television stations. Each program is created in Tennessee, about Tennessee, and broadcast in Tennessee.
Hello, I'm Melinda Kiefer, and I'm proud to bring you stories from across our great state on Live Green Tennessee. Growing food on a farm isn't just happening in the open spaces. Urban farming is taking roots on lots that need new purpose. East Tennessee PBS visits Abbey Fields in Knox County to see the process.
It's still not super recognizable from the road. The fence helped a lot. People who are familiar with the area know, that something's happening. This used to be an overgrown, trashy lot. So of course when we brought in equipment to clear, and then just seeing people out here was a very different sight for the last few years. But when people, a lot of times people walk by and kind of bring their dogs up and say, oh my gosh, like there's stuff growing here. What is this? How can we get involved? So yeah, it's just something, you literally come right across the tracks and it's there. And so it does surprise a lot of people, yes. My name is Brenna Wright, and we are at Abbey Fields Urban Farm in Knoxville, Tennessee. I first got the idea for Abbey Fields just from kind of reading up on, food security, some of the more abstract ideals of stewardship and land care and community care. I was originally in social work in Kansas. My husband and I have lived here for 5 years now, but I was working in the social work realm in Kansas, and just was really having a hard time with some of the clinical approaches, especially with children. And so it was kind of a little bit stir crazy, I guess, in the walls of those sorts of institutions, and felt like kids needed to get outside, needed to see life, needed to work with their hands and kind of see results. So I kind of had all that stuff going on in my head when we moved here. We started a small garden. We moved just a half a mile away. And so I would walk my dog by this lot and, kind of got this idea, there's all this vacant land in the city. Why couldn't we transform it into something that would give, one, good food to people, and also a destination for folks who need something different. We're kind of right in the middle of two neighborhoods, on the side of a highway, the side of a railroad track. This building is the old Standard Knitting Mill that used to function. It closed down in the late 80s, and so this is part of its green space. We are development supported agriculture, which means the development company that bought that building, that owns this land, has invested in us as a small business venture. And so it's kind of taken off elsewhere in the nation. You know, when they're building new communities, sometimes they'll put in a farm instead of, say, tennis courts or a golf course. They'll just have put in a small scale farm that's walkable distance to their community. And that's kind of like an amenity to that community. So it's caught on in quite a few other states. It's the first of its kind here, but that's what this is essentially. So when they do develop this building, this farm will kind of act as, a green space, a food source, and just an overall kind of pretty thing to consider an amenity. There's a big push, especially in these downtown neighborhoods, to clean up blight. And I think that has been kind of a dream come true for some folks who have lived here for a long time. Just to see this plot transformed into something good, something that they can come visit, come get to know people at. We host a lot of different groups that get to come and work, and we're very thankful for their time and labor. But also they tell us how great it is having a local food source that they can see every time they drive by. It's very reassuring. Because we're small, we plant close together, everything's done by hand. We do have a walk-behind tiller that we use to kind of turn under cover crop and that sort of thing, but most generally everything's done by hand by me or my work shares. So that makes it different, but in that system you can grow more food, which makes an acre and a half able to feed 50 families. So the way that community-supported agriculture works is you commit to a farm, a farmer, or farmers for the duration of their seasons. You pay for your share up front, and I commit to having vegetables for them 27 weeks out of the year. Some weeks you're getting twice what you paid for, some weeks you're getting right at what you paid for, and some weeks, I might have lost all of my cauliflower and Brussels sprouts and you just don't get those. So you're not only investing in local agriculture, but you're also investing in someone's livelihood, the livelihood of the piece of property they're stewarding, and you're kind of saying, we're in this with you. However this goes, we support you in your project and your mission. A good example of our share today is tomatoes, chard, cucumbers, squash, potatoes, onions, garlic. What I tell people is pretty much anything you see at the farmer's market, we grow here. Because we're in the model of community-supported agriculture, people come weekly, they pick up a bit of vegetables. I like to give them a variety of different things. So we don't grow a lot of anything. We grow a big diversity of things. Today is one of our pickup days. I'll just have a steady flow of work shares that come in, help me harvest. We wash everything, and then people will start coming at 4, and we just load up their bags. They say hi, and then they go.
Yeah. Is this for someone?
It is a labor of love to be able to work and provide food for them. They bring their kids, and you say, oh, you think in your head, I'm helping to feed that family. I love that they get to see what their investment is doing. So when they come and see, we've built another section of the farm, or we've got this group out that's helping us, it's just very gratifying for them to be able to come here directly to the farm where they're getting their food and see the difference we're making in the community. So it's kind of just full circle every pickup day, I feel like. I still feel hokey sometimes when I say I'm an urban farmer. I would much rather start with my experience on a rural 30-acre farm rather than say I run an acre and a half farm in the middle of the city. So I think I'm still getting over that hump that, it's not just container gardening. It's not just people having a bed and then working it when they have time. You can actually have a working farm that is enriching a piece of property, that is providing good food for families. But it can be in the middle of the city. Why shouldn't it be in the middle of the city? If we've got all this blighted land, why not use it for that? For me, this site is very endearing. For new people coming to the farm, they don't see it yet. But because I've worked with my hands and my friends and different organizations, I have deeper memories already of this place, which makes me care for it differently.
Chattanooga Bicycle Transit System is giving residents and visitors a fun and easy way to pedal their way to destinations around downtown Chattanooga, all the while reducing their carbon footprint by not using their cars. WTCI shows us more on how the program works.
Bike Chattanooga Bicycle Transit System is the latest addition to our transportation network here in Chattanooga and for the state of Tennessee. It's an environmentally friendly, active, and fun way to get around our community. This project is actually funded by a congestion mitigation and air quality improvement grant through the Tennessee Department of Transportation. So our primary mission is to improve our air quality by reducing motor vehicle emissions. So now, while not every single bicycle trip is a replacement trip, it might be a trip which you upgraded from walking, or you might have used transit, but many of the trips will be trips that would have been taken by motorized vehicles. So 100% of the emissions from each and every one of those trips is saved by using a bicycle in its place. So we're very excited about the opportunity to minimize CO2 emissions and other particulate emissions from motor vehicle travel in our community.
If you want to take out a 24-hour subscription to the Bike Chattanooga system, what you do is you walk up here to this little station and you press the button that says rent a bike, and then it's going to take you through a bunch of steps. You'll swipe your credit card and it'll take you through a few steps. It'll ask for your phone number, your zip code, it'll ask you to sign an online waiver, and then it'll print out a little piece of paper with a 5-digit code. And then what you'll do is you'll walk over here to a keypad on the docking station and just type in that 5-digit code. You'll get the green light and you check it out. Now for me, being a yearly member, a yearly subscriber, I've got a smart card, and what I do is I just stick it in this slot, and when I get the green light, just pull it out, and it's mine. I can go, and then I can check it back into any station in the system. It does not have to come back to the station, and that's the really cool thing.
The bicycles for this program are specifically designed for public bike share use. Each bike has automated front and rear lighting, has fender guards, skirt guards, so you can ride it in a dress without worrying about it getting caught in the wheels. There's a basket on each bicycle with a bungee cord to hold your briefcase or handbag or groceries. So it's an easy way to get around no matter what you're wearing. Nothing special is needed, just hop on and go.
The bicycle itself is a 7-speed bike, so I can handle the hills in Chattanooga. In fact, I think this is the first system that has that many speeds, but it's got a little grip shifter that I can shift. I don't have to be pedaling to shift, which is really cool. Hand brakes, an adjustable seat, and the cool thing is after a while you learn what your seat height is. They're numbered right here, and I'm a 4. So whenever I'm getting ready to ride, I just know I got to shift my seat to number 4 and I'm ready to go.
The Bike Chattanooga system is maintained by the city of Chattanooga, so they're always ready to go and in good shape. So it's not your bike, you walk up to it, tires have air, chain is lubricated, everything's ready to go for you. No maintenance on your part whatsoever.
I like the bike share program in Chattanooga best because of its accessibility. I'm a downtown employee, and on my lunch break, for example, having high heels on and being in somewhat of a suit for work, I can take the bike share out very quickly and just bike from my office down Main or down to Main Street and have lunch or visit a friend or get somewhere within 15 minutes that would take me double the time to walk. So it makes it very convenient, especially if I don't have a bike downtown.
It's amazing for me because I work downtown. And my husband and I both work downtown, but we work on opposite ends of downtown. So when we heard it was coming, the first thing we thought of was commuting. So we can ride in together from outside the city limits, park on one end of downtown, and the other one can grab a Bike Chattanooga bike and ride to his or her office. So immediately it's saving us money. We've plunked out the money for 2 yearly memberships. It's $150. We'll easily save that in gasoline commuting from 10 miles outside the city every day. You know, rather than using 2 cars, we're using 1 car. So that's amazing. I use it to get to meetings downtown. I don't get in my car, have to find a parking space somewhere. I can just hop on a bike and go. If I have a meeting downtown and I have to cross the river, I'll check out a bike at my office, nearby my office, ride across the bridge, and go to the nearest station near my meeting.
Now, the other really cool thing is that if I'm going, for instance, to the dry cleaners or someplace like that, and I'm not near a station, but I've just got to run in and run out, this bicycle is my responsibility as long as I have it checked out. So I've got a secondary lock, a little cable lock. So what I'll do is I'll wrap that around a telephone pole, a tree, whatever, and then I will slip it right into this little hole right there. And when I do, it's going to give me this key. And I'll take that into the dry cleaner or wherever with me. So when I'm done with it, come back to any docking station and basically just give it a good shove. When I get the green light, it's locked. Off I go.
I would guess that my husband and I reduce our mileage to work by 100 miles a week by using the bike share, because we can share the ride coming in as opposed to having to drive two separate cars.
So not only is bicycle transit environmentally friendly, but it's just a fun way to get around. A little bit faster than walking, but not so fast that you can't experience the environment around you, talk with people, feel the fresh air. It's just a great way to get around and have a good time.
More and more these days, consumers are turning to natural and organic foods as part of a healthy diet. Three Rivers Market is a food cooperative located just outside downtown Knoxville, Tennessee, that offers just that. In this story, East Tennessee PBS's Chris Smith visits the co-op that began over 30 years ago. In its original location as a buying club that was dedicated to offering harder to find natural and organic foods. But over time, Three Rivers Market has grown and now plays a vital role in strengthening the local food chain by continuing to offer to the public, as well as its members, access to high-quality, sustainable items.
Strong local independent businesses are the backbone of any economy.
Three Rivers Market is a cooperative grocery store. It's been in business for about 30 years. Basically, we operate like a normal grocery store. We're open to the public, but we're here to serve the interest of our members, our owners, as we call them.
Well, one of the main things about a cooperative business is the control that it gives to a community in direct access to goods and services. In this case, it's natural and organic foods which we provide. When people become a member, they can influence directly in a much more powerful way the types of products that we're going to carry and the type of business we're going to be, much more powerfully than they can affect via just their sales dollar at a conventional grocery store.
We really feel like we've helped prime the pump, so to speak, as far as local food infrastructure, and it's something that we continue to want to build on and be a stable market for new producers that can help grow our East Tennessee economy and help produce foods that are going to be healthy for the current generation and then all the kids to come.
We've been dealing with local farmers and producers since we started as a storefront, but it's a range of fresh produce, meat products, and even packaged goods or value-added goods like coffees that are roasted here locally right in Knoxville that we've offered for a long time and continue to offer now. And those are wonderful things because when you have every link in the value chain being local, then you're keeping more and more of those dollars in your local economy.
Something that existed until about 50 years ago, but at the present time, there's not really much infrastructure for a local food movement, and so we kind of see ourselves as being a small piece of rebuilding that infrastructure and offering farmers who care about this area and want to do things the right way an opportunity to showcase what they have and a place where they can take things, because there's not always going to be a farmer's market, and we're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
When you have a strong local economy, you have dollars that are circulating locally, and they stay that way because, I mentioned the links of the value chain earlier. When you have most of those links staying local, then you can kind of buffer yourself against the mercurial nature of national and international economic upturns and downturns a little bit.
People use the term sustainable, and really all that means to us is we want to be here for future generations to continue to grow great food.
Probably one of the huge perks of my job, one of the things, there's always something at a job, if you've got a good job, where you say, I can't believe they're paying me for this. And mine is that I get to talk to farmers, and we go out and do on-site inspections for all of our local protein farmers. Ourselves, I go out and do the audit, so I get to go out and see the farm sites and talk to the farmers personally one-on-one. And that's been hugely meaningful for me, and I think for Rias Market in general.
No matter what we sell, we want to assure people that it's a high quality, sustainable, healthy item that they would expect to find here in the Rias Market.
There's nothing more inspiring. I come from, as far as I can figure, a 10th generation Tennessean, and you will not find anybody that cares more about this land and its upkeep and stewardship than people who are farming this land, and grass-fed beef farmers and people who are raising hogs on pasture. The actual value of the land and how healthy the land is has a direct effect on their bottom line. And so it's really, really inspiring for me to speak to other people and contact people that are that involved with the land and care that much about East Tennessee. That's something that people come and look to us for. They want traceability, and they want to know where the products they're getting are coming from, and know the story behind them, and know the people that are working to raise them. And that's something that we're in a fortunate position to provide.
And we just want to let folks know where we're buying it from, so they're just aware of where their food's coming from, and in addition to how it's produced. That's just at the heart of our mission, is to just buy locally and continue to try to expand the amount that's grown here in our region.
We have a lot of things going on. Of course, we have 2 major bike rack locations right up front and also toward the back, where a lot of our employees who commute to work on bike lock their bicycles up. We also have 2 electric vehicle charging stations out front. Those were put in within the last several months. And we do offer the space to tie up dogs for people who are out walking to the co-op with their dog. Those are some features that are green. There are a lot of structural features of the construction itself. Also, like the SIPS panels that we have way up high, which are super efficient. Another thing is just our own practices of waste reduction from the unsaleable food products that get donated to Second Harvest and other food bank operators, and food that's not edible is composted and donated to local farms, and has been for a long time. So our motto, of course, is to get food waste down to zero, and we use all of those venues to make that happen.
In a lot of ways, and I think a lot of people are starting to agree, that the psychic and the social well-being of the community are dependent on the physical well-being of the community. And the more we're able to provide healthy options and healthy choices for people, the healthier our community is going to be for a whole.
We'd like to be a vital part of strengthening the local food chain, which involves everything not only from production and cultivation, but processing and distribution.
My hopes for the future are to continue doing what we're doing and just grow it and be able to support more farmers and give more support to the farmers that we're already working with locally.
And we want people to know that anybody can come in and find some things that are going to be tasty and affordable and healthy.
As far as growth goes, we think the sky is sort of the limit, and we want to be able to expand the benefits and the opportunities of membership into every community that wants to engage in that with us. The entire purpose of Three Rivers Market is to serve our members and our community.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Live Green Tennessee, where we take you all across the state into the farms and businesses of those who are making the move to eating fresh, living sustainably, and helping us all be more organic in our thinking and the way we live our lives as Tennesseans. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Live Green Tennessee.
If you would like more information about Live Green Tennessee, please visit our website at livegreentv.org, where you can find everything from healthy recipes to past episodes and more.
Pick Tennessee helps you find local farms and farmers markets, plus offers tips for choosing, using, and storing the fresh foods you buy. The Pick Tennessee mobile app is available now on iTunes and Google Play.
Radon gas is a naturally occurring radioactive gas found in rock and soil and can seep into your home through basements or cellars. It's odorless, invisible, and without taste, and can damage lung tissue and cause the beginning of lung cancer, making it the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States. It is important to ensure your home is safe with a free radon test kit. The Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation can help you learn more about this dangerous gas and make your home a safer place.
What makes our state unique? Find out on the new Tennessee Channel, a statewide initiative by your public television stations. Each program is created in Tennessee, about Tennessee, and broadcast in Tennessee.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.